2025 has arrived, and so it is time for my favorites of the year 2024. We're going to start with part 1, and today I'll talk about cleansers, my favorite cleansers of 2024 and my favorite toners. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ulrike. I am a key beauty and skincare content creator and just super happy to have you with me on the skincare journey. And let's get started with my 2024 K-beauty and some other skincare brands as well favorites. When it comes to oil cleansers, I'll be honest, there wasn't really anything new this year that really kind of wowed me in terms of oil cleansers and cleansing oils and cleansing balms. My favorite from 2024 was also my favorite in 2023, and it is still Geek and Gorgeous's Mighty Melt. This is my second tube, and I've already used it quite a bit. Oh, you can't actually see because of the because of the glare of the lamp, of the lighting. But yeah, I've just used this the most consistently. In general, I don't really use oil cleansers that much anymore, to be honest, just because I don't use heavy makeup that much anymore. I've realized that it kind of ages me outside of the filming, heavy lighting sort of situation where that works. But outside of that, I don't really use that much makeup anymore because I also don't really go out much and I work from home. So there's really not that much reason for that anymore compared to my 20s and my early 30s. So there's just not that much reason to use an oil cleanser. I'm not one of those people that says you have to double cleanse every night. Also, to me, double cleansing can mean just using a micellar water and then foam cleansing, which I do most nights, honestly. If I just use sunscreen and a bit of powder, that's kind of what I use normally. And then I use something to just remove the mascara, and that's about it. But on the days where I film, like today, where I use very heavy makeup, where I use glitter, where I use, I say very heavy makeup. You can tell that I'm not like a super intense makeup user in general. I'm not very good at it. So when I say heavy, my type of heavy is using, more than just a little bit of powder. But when I use especially glitter and stronger mascara and more layers of foundation and things like that, I always reach for Mighty Melt because to me it is the best one when it comes to truly melting off the makeup. There's truly, at the moment, I find not a single makeup product, oil-based makeup remover product that can hold a candle to Mighty Melt because it also happens to be very affordable. And now it is also available in regular drugstores here in Germany. So it's also super convenient because I can just repurchase it. So yeah, Mighty Melt to me is still a 10 out of 10. And I'm waiting for something else to wow me as much as this did. Nothing has really. There are some good Korean cleansing oils that I still like. But again, when it comes to removing makeup at night, stronger makeup, this is always the one I reach for because it just works best. And it's only like 9 euros, I think, or even less, 8-9 euros. It's so affordable. When it comes to foaming cleansers, I chose 2 that I really, really loved this year. I have to say, I still also very regularly use the Be Plain Mung Bean cleanser that was in my favorites last year. I still use that very, very regularly. I think it is an excellent cleanser, but I wanted to add 2 cleansers that I really loved this year that are newer. The first one I've already shown quite a lot, I feel, because I've really just been baffled that no one talks about it because it's really great. And I feel it is a very universally appealing cleanser and a very gentle cleanser. And it has just this beautiful, interesting texture that I'm just very surprised that TikTok has not found this cleanser yet. But I think at the moment they're all getting sponsored by Arancia to promote that mochi cleanser. So I think they're getting their back from that. Be that as it may, this is the cleanser I'm talking about. As I said, I have shown it I think at least once, if not twice, in my videos. And I really have consistently been using this throughout the year. It's still relatively full because you only need a tiny, teeny bit. And I have another bottle. So this is actually the untouched bottle because it looks nicer. But the one that I'm using is in my bathroom and it looks very used because I also sometimes take it in the shower with me. And I use this at least, I want to say 3 to 4 times a week. The other times I usually use the mung bean cleanser or the other cleanser that I'm going to show you. They just consistently rank as my favorites. This is the Numbuzin Rice Enzyme Skin Softening Cleansing Foam. I love this so much because it combines the benefits of a normal foaming cleanser and a very gentle foaming cleanser with those rice powder cleansers that you usually have to combine with water. And then it becomes like a foaming paste basically. And they have slightly exfoliating, physically exfoliating abilities. This is in here as well, but it is a paste-like sort of consistency that you can instantly apply. It has almost the same sort of mochi, sort of spongy, custardy texture that some of the Arancia cleansers have as well. It's in a tube, which I actually prefer, and not in these tubs, which I find a little bit unhygienic. I don't know. It's a bit gimmicky to me. So this to me is more hygienic, also more affordable than the mochi cleansers, which always are quite expensive, I find, like $30. And it really does provide an extra benefit of being a little bit exfoliating while being super, super gentle. It is fragrance-free. It has the regular Numbuzin high quality, but very simple in a good way sort of formula that I think universally works for pretty much all skin types. I feel this is especially good for younger skin that is more acne prone, for people who have dull skin, because again, it gives a bit of an exfoliating goodness. So yeah, very much one of the most heavily used cleansers in my rotation from last year. I still absolutely love it. And the second foaming cleanser that I really loved throughout the year, I have mentioned it before as well. I think it got a little bit lost. I feel that video didn't get a lot of views, so I'm happy to talk about it again. And it is this giant, humongous packaging size of a cleanser that actually was very, very successful in Korea, very popular in Korea. Caused a bit of a stir. I think it was sold out for a really long time at Olive Young. Like, this was a big deal in Korea. I don't know if it still is. It might have changed, but for a long time it's very, very successful. And it is the Medi-Peel Lacto Collagen Clear Cleanser. It doesn't say cleanser, but I guess that's what it's called. This is a foaming cleanser. It contains AHA and BHA, although in probably very small percentages. And I really, really like this so much because it is very, very simple and very gentle. I feel this is definitely a universally appealing, works pretty much for all skin types type of cleanser. Now, maybe if you have drier skin, this might be a tiny bit stripping. I don't find this stripping. I actually find when I use this, my skin always feels very soft after I use it, almost like it's been a little bit moisturized. But because of the lower percentage acid in it, maybe this might feel a little bit tightening on the skin if you already suffer from dryness and very strong dehydration. But overall, to me, this is super gentle. It is quite a minimalist formula, and it doesn't contain any fragrance at all. Neither does the Numbuzin cleanser, by the way. And of course, the Geek and Gorgeous one, neither, because, you know, Geek and Gorgeous is unfragranced, the entire skincare offering that they have. And this one also, I feel, produces a really nice and soft foam. So it's another cleanser where I always just enjoy using it, and really it leaves a very pleasant sensation on the skin. It cleanses very thoroughly as well, and it is also quite affordable because it's such a huge like size of my head pretty much. Such a huge size. And I think I got it for like $18. Now, Olive Young probably raised the prices by now because they've raised the prices for everything. I don't know if this is available at other shops. I will check and leave links to purchase it. I can really recommend it for anyone with sensitive skin, acne-prone skin, but I do feel it also works for normal, regular skin types, combo skin. As I said, maybe drier skin, tad stripping, although I don't find it unpleasant or extreme. It's just a wonderful everyday cleanser, fuss-free in a good way, works for everyone pretty much. Love it. And on to toners, which is of course one of my favorite categories, key beauty and skincare categories. And the first toner is actually a toner pad. It's from a brand that I feel at the moment been dragged a little bit, when before it was like the influencer darling. I don't know, I've just seen a lot of people say their cleansing oil broke me out, their toner gave me the worst cystic acne. It's just very extreme. When before everyone said, oh, their toner is the best thing. Oh, Koreans love it. It's the most popular thing ever. I don't know. I just sometimes wonder about influencers when they so drastically change their mind. It's fine to change your mind. It's also fine when you use a product and maybe work with a brand and then afterwards you never use it again. I don't find that dishonest because I've done that. Not with paid campaigns, but just with products I've tried, I like them, but then I move on to something else that seems more appealing. I don't find that a problem, but to suddenly be so radically, aggressively angry at the brand when before you hyped it up just always kind of gives me a strange feeling. And I'm talking about Anua or Anua. I never know how to pronounce it. The Anua Heartleaf toner was truly the standout key beauty toner on TikTok for at least a year or two during the pandemic. It was popular in Korea. A lot of people claim that it wasn't. It was constantly the #1 best-selling toner for a year or two in Korea. I still maintain that the Tokto toner by Round Lab is more popular, but to just claim that Anua is not a popular brand and that it's all just manufactured, it's just not true, okay? It's just not true. I find it's also not true that the products are bad. I just find the Anua toner, the regular toner, kind of bland. I'm trying to use it up at the moment. I wouldn't repurchase it simply because, again, it's just a bit bland. I don't find it super hydrating and I don't find it as soothing as other toners. I think the Numbuzin Heartleaf and Centella toner, the #1 green toner, much better. Another toner that no one on TikTok talks about that I think is just fantastic. The Anua toner is fine. It's very soothing and it is a gentle formula. Sometimes people just break out from things because they have a sensitivity towards them. But Anua is not tricking you and it's not a bad brand that wants your skin to be ruined. I don't know. It's just all getting a little bit out of hand. I'm neutral about Anua. Some products I like, the others I don't. Here's one product that I really like that, again, no one talks about, even though I think it is the best product from Anua that I've tried so far, and it is their toner pads, which I have just repurchased. The toner pads do not have the same formula as the toner. The toner is much more minimalist. This contains, apart from the Heartleaf, I think Heartleaf water from what I remember, or extract, one of the two, it also contains PHA, which is a very gentle acid. So it is very mildly exfoliating. PHA, in this case it's gluconolactone, gives a really nice glow to the skin. And I find from my own experience that it does that even in lower percentages. You do need kind of higher percentages to really have strong exfoliation. This probably only has a little bit. But whenever I use these, first of all, I find them very gentle. They're fragrance-free, alcohol-free. I think Anua really makes very good, gentle, sensitive skin-friendly skincare overall. This is no exception. It just really feels lovely on the face. And I always feel it gives a very nice glow. I use it for makeup prep. I love to use this in the morning to just kind of wash off all the gunk and the dead skin cells from the night. Absolutely love it. Wouldn't want to miss it in my routine at the moment. To me, one of the best gentle exfoliating toner pads out there. And again, no one talks about it. Much better than the toner, in my opinion. This one, I really like it. I think Anua does make some good products. I think they're a little bit overhyped, or used to be. But I also think they just don't deserve all the backlash. And the next toner that I really loved in 2024 is from another brand that can be a little bit overhyped. Now, interestingly enough, I find, especially in the last year, with all their new product launches, I would say they haven't really lived up to the hype produced specifically by their sunscreen ever again, I would say. But they're still a very popular brand, one of those Korean brands that is more popular in the West than in Korea. In Korea, they're still, I want to say, virtually unknown. I don't think they're sold at Olive Young now, certainly the sunscreen is, but it's still not really ranking amongst the more popular sunscreens from what I know. And it's, of course, Beauty of Joseon, which I sometimes get a little bit critical just because I really do find some of their products very bland. I really don't like their serums, except their newer vitamin C serum, which I liked a lot. But the older generation serums I all find very watered down and boring. The Dynasty cream is fine, but nothing super special. I remember using it and thinking, it's okay. And then I used it up and thought, okay, that was the Dynasty cream. I don't think I would need it back in my routine. I don't know. I just feel some products are like, and since they pay a lot of influences, there's just a lot of overexposure. Like, again, I don't want to sound as if I'm being critical of paid content, because if someone paid me to talk about Numbuzin, I'd be happy to do it because I really love the brand. I just feel that the paid content sometimes gives a wrong impression of what is popular in Korea and also what are interesting and good brands. I don't know, but be that as it may, I really enjoyed this particular toner launch from Beauty of Joseon quite a lot, and you will be able to see that because, look, I've used a lot of it. This one I was intrigued by because I really like rice extract in products, and it just overall was kind of hyped as a brightening toner. It was also hyped as very hydrating, moisturizing. Yeah, so I don't find this too moisturizing necessarily. I think it's nicely hydrating, and it does have a bit of a, almost like an oily slip a little bit, which is really pleasant. Why I really like it is because I do feel it gives you a bit of a glow. And what it also does very, very well is that it has a bit of a softening effect on the skin, which I find with a lot of the rice toners. The texture is also very, very pleasant. It is a milky toner, but it doesn't have that heaviness that some of the milky toners can have if they're very, very moisturizing. I do find this mostly works for normal skin, combo skin, oilier skin. I don't actually think it's that great for dry skin overall because it just misses a bit of the moisturizing effect. It can work for dry skin if you don't need a super heavy, intense toner. But since it was a little bit over-advertised for that at first, I feel the real target audience is actually more combo skin that wants a bit of a glow and that wants sort of that softening. I've really just been enjoying this very, very much. It is also a gentle formula. That is something that Beauty of Joseon does very, very well, I find. Very gentle skincare and also very affordable. They always really have very fair and decent pricing for their products. So yeah, this one just Beauty of Joseon did well with it. And the last toner that I really loved in 2024 and that I feel deserved a bit more of a spotlight yet again, because I've also talked about this one before, is another brand that is weirdly overlooked by the TikTok crowds and the short film genre of skincare. I'm confused by this because they are very popular in Korea and have been for many years, and their products are excellent. And it is this toner by The Lab by Blanc Doux, and it is their Oligo Hyaluronic Acid Deep Toner. This is the reformulated version of a classic that has always ranked very, very well at Olive Young. The Lab is a very sensitive, skin-friendly, hyper-minimalist, focused really just on ingredients that clinically are pretty much proven to work. Their hyaluronic acid skincare range has been the most successful one for them. The Oligo, I think it's called Oligo Fructose something. I don't actually remember what it's called, but the green line is also now very successful, which is fantastic. The moisturizer is chef's kiss. And this toner has always been their best-selling product. They reformulated it, and I was a little bit worried about the reformulation, but this is excellent. This is an excellent, minimalist, super, super hydrating, hyper pleasant on the skin, sinks in instantly type of toner. It has watery consistency, but it just feels like, you know, when you're thirsty and you drink water and you have this feeling of, oh my God, this water is the best thing I've ever drank, because it just goes down so nicely and you feel this wash of hydration. This is what this toner feels on the skin like. It just gives this wash of hydration that always feels kind of almost refreshing, and really like your skin just kind of sucks it in. I think it's the quality probably of the hyaluronic acid. They only use low molecular hyaluronic acid as well, which usually is easier absorbed by the skin. For some reason, this just always feels very, very hydrating and replenishing. And if you have dehydrated skin, I can really recommend this. If you want minimalist skincare, it's fragrance-free, alcohol-free. It really just focuses on the most important bits, kind of. It always just has a very carefully chosen ingredient list, the lab products. And again, the quality of the hyaluronic acid use means that it's not sticky. It just instantly soaks into the skin, gets absorbed super quickly, and then your skin just feels really, really smooth and really very well hydrated and plump. This is so good. More people need to talk about it. 10 out of 10. And this was part 1 of my 2024 K-Beauty and Geek and Gorgeous favorites, moisturizers, serums, and I'm not sure if I'm forgetting any other category. Sunscreens will come next. So look for part 2 soon. Let me know what your favorites were in the comments for the last year, and maybe what you're looking forward to in 2025 in terms of skincare. Anything has caught your eyes. And if you're new here, it would be great if you subscribed, stuck around. Giving a like, a thumbs up to the video also is always appreciated, and it's very helpful for smaller creators. And yeah, I see you again in the next video, either next week or the week after. And until then, please take care. Bye. Happy New Year.